Hey everybody, it's time for a brand new high grade. This time it is the Monkey Rodi or Monkey Crab. You get both variations, two variations of the suit in this kit. And this one's new. This was released in November 2025, so a new kit. And really cool suit from the Iron-Blooded Orphans. And there you can kind of take, there we go, get a look at both versions, the Crab and the Rodi. And we'll decide which one we're going to end up with at the end. But definitely, as soon as I saw this one, it's like an egg with legs. I was like, oh yeah, I'm right into this. This looks so cool. So we were definitely excited to get it. And let's get started. So let's get into the box and see what comes with it. This is a new kit, so it should be, the latest, greatest in fit and tooling. And it's nice to get to a Bandai kit. We've built a couple third parties lately, so it's nice to get to the real deal here. So again, we have the Monkey Rodi on the front of the box. We got the killer box art. I love the box art from Bandai. It's just great. And an awesome suit from the Iron-Blooded Orphans. So inside we have 3 bags. We have our instructions. I don't know that there's any markings at all on this one, so I don't know that we would need decals at all. I like to get the water slides when at all possible. First off, let's take a look at the instructions. So, cool illustrations. Got the suit there. And, I guess that's the crab. And we got some cool photos here again. Really neat suit. Digging it. Spacefaring mech, that's for sure. Okay, well, here we go. So we start with the upper torso, upper head part, top of the egg, and then that gets us into that lid there with the communication horn or antenna, whatever. And then gets us into our arm. There we go, right and left arms. And we put that together with the torso, upper of the egg with the head. Then we get into our claw legs. Got some thrusters going in there. Alright. Really straightforward. And then we've got our other leg. Got the waist. Right, pretty simple for the waist. And then final part with our weapon. So it looks like we get some small handguns, weapon guns. We got a pry bar that you can use for crowbarring into crap. And there we go. I guess this is a hand grenade. Sweet. All right. Cool. Yeah, neat looking suit. I love it. Okay, let's get into it here. Let's get this. You know what? I'm going to use this instead. A little bit easier to use the scissors, especially when they're sharp. There we go. Okay. First bag. We have Sprue. So we got some poly caps. Common. We've got Sprue, which is our body panels. Nice. Yeah, some nice clear crisp lines. Panel lines, of course. Really small gate, so cleanup should be really nice. And fit should be no problem. So there's a nice cool light color gray for the egg body. Awesome. Set that over there in our sprue. Bag number 2. And here's our other gray. It's more like sort of like a seed gray. There we go. Okay, so we got a foil sticker. Yeah, not a lot, but gives us our markings that we're going to need. And so here we have 2 sprue Ds. So we have identical sprues for our legs and our claws. So there's for our legs. They're beautiful. Yeah, it's going to look cool. Nice. Lots of nice detail there. Awesome. Okay, so there's 2 sprue D for the legs. Let's get into the big bag. This one's almost too big to be this close. Back off a bit. Back off! Alright, here we go. There we go. Love the colors. Love the colors. So digging the design and the colors. So let's come in for a look at sprue A. So there we got our hands, closed hands. We've got our other backpack components, right? Midriff. Cool. Yeah, definitely. Love the colors, man. Love the two-tone gray with that light pale. These two colors together. Hitting it. Yeah, beautiful kit. Love it. Love this suit too. Kick-ass. Really cool look. As soon as I seen it, I was like, oh, I got to get one of those. So beautiful, nice, deep panel lines. Nice crisp ones here. They're going to show up really nice with the panel liner. And again, the gating is really nice, so it's going to be nice to clean up. Sweet. There's our open hand. Some other gray components. And there's our guns. And our crowbar. Sweet. On sprue C. There we go. There's your communication thing or whatever. His command horn. Nice. Cool. Alright. Definitely a good one. Okay, so yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sprues, and then a 6th sprue of poly caps. There's no clear parts, so no clear parts for this kit. But nice low sprue count, nice compact package there to build. Should be a quick build, and I think a lot of fun actually, and it's going to be really neat looking suit when we're done. Okay, first parts of building the Monkey Rodi, and here we go. So yeah, really easy. You know, just got the poly caps going in, and now we've got this clamshell sort of set up right here going together. So once you got these pinned together, then we'll be able to put the front on, and we'll be pretty well through the first page. So yeah, so far so good. This should click right into place, I think. Unless I am mistaken. Got something upside down, but nope. Here we go. Do the double clip for sure. Here, this plastic is really stiff. Really, I wouldn't say brittle, but I'd say it's tough. Like it's a really stiff plastic. So just beware. So here we go. Got a bit of our, I guess that'll give us our ab crunch. Okay. And there we go. Section 1. That didn't take very long at all. This thing is so cool. Right on. So there we go. We got our mono eye stickers in there. You can see it shows up really good. He's got his thrusters in and his pelvic shift or whatever, shock absorbers here. And oh, what have I done? Uh-oh. Oh, I dislocated something. Oh, I pulled something. Now I gotta take it apart. Oh, no, I see what it is. Gotta push it onto that ball. There we go. There we go. No worries. Okay, yeah, so it's on that ball there. You got to push it right on. Ugh. There we go. Because I could push it back further than you'll be able to once it's all together. But okay. Cool. There's his head onto the arms. And there's his arms. Haha. So I just broke out AK orange marker, and I just did around here and around there instead of the stickers. And I can tighten that up. I'll probably mask it up even for the second coat. But with a panel lining, that should look okay. And I thought I'd experiment, and I gave them orange piston or shocks. Excuse me, the pistons on the one side there in orange. So I think I'll pop this apart and do the same thing on the other side. Unless we go like one on one side, maybe I'll leave it like that. I don't know. And I did the little end of the piston in silver. I just added that little bit of detail inside there as I was putting it together. Okay, so that's the top part of him. There's his arms and his head. Not too much shoulder extension there with these shoulder pads. You don't get much going up. You can get them like that, right? You can get them up like this, but not going out to the sides. But a little bit limited on his shoulder action, but he's coming along pretty good. So we're on to the legs. Get these pieces just kind of filed off the little bits and nubs, and we'll get the legs together. And I guess that'll put the basic body together. So we'll be back in a flash, yeah. So I have to say, these high-grade kits are just the bomb. They are a mojo builder and so much fun to build. Stress-free, just fun, right? And this time of year, right now when I'm filming this, it's summertime. And here we're in the 100 plus degrees Fahrenheit temperatures here for the last several days, week, going on a week. And we're getting rain, but it's mighty hot. So painting, you know, with that kind of heat and humidity, painting and, you know, waiting for stuff to dry and everything, it just gets to be a pain in the butt. So with this kind of weather, these are just absolutely fantastic. And this is indicative of the way this whole build has gone. So easy. After building the last couple builds we've done were third-party knockoff kits. Going back to a Bandai kit, there's no comparison. I mean, the other ones, I'm not knocking them. They're okay, you know, for what they are, and if that's the route you want to go. And sometimes there's, you know, that's what you can get, and they're great for it. But if you really want the really nice, clean experience, it's with the Bandai for sure. So we've got the legs done, and this is it. This is the last little bit we've got for the general body at purpose anyways, to get us into the basic build. So yeah, I mean, it's all gone like this, you know, just beautiful. Just fits together perfect. Right? So we're just going to pop together. We got these little grenades, all right, that go together. I'm just going to pop these little grenades together. I think I'm going to clean off the little nub so first before I do it. And with just the skirting, clips on together. So the instructions with Bandai are so crystal clear. And what an enjoyable build. I have to say, of my limited experience with the high grades, this one here has to be like probably maybe the premier primary kit for the beginner or a mojo builder. It's so easy to build, so clean, so enjoyable. You know, it's a goofy looking little guy, but he is so much fun to build, and it's so enjoyable that I can't recommend it enough. What a great kit. If you're just looking for something to get you back on the bench and have fun with something, I mean, this is it. I'm really having a hoot with it. So, yeah, that's it. I'm just going to push these pieces together, and we'll get this little guy standing up, and we'll come back and figure out what we're going to do as far as the end presentation. Now, again, just to recap, we are just really cleaning up the only tools. That's another nice thing about these, is that the only tools we have used literally for the last little bit are, I would suggest having 2 pairs of nippers. So I have like a, you know, let's just call them your rough nippers, and then your finish nippers. And, you know, using these to clip the part from the sprue, and then using these to clean up the little bit of nub that you leave. And then a glass file. And this is the one I'm using particularly right now. It's just a steady. They come in a set. They're not expensive. And when you don't want to paint, what they're going to allow you to do is just get right to that plastic without really buffing, like without sanding it and making it dull and chalky kind of sort of after you sand. And which is okay. If you're painting, you're going to paint over it and you're going to prime, and it's going to change the surface texture of everything as soon as you put paint on it. But when you're not painting, these are so nice, these files, to get just that little bit off and clean it back to the plastic, because you can see, like, it really does make a difference on your build if you can get those little nubs off and clean them up. So they almost, you know, in a lot of cases you can get them to where you can't really see where they were at all. But even if you get it to, you know, 80%, it will drastically improve the look of your build when they're done. Because let's face it, these things are goofy and they can end up looking like a toy. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're gonna put the fun is putting them together. These things you can hand them down definitely if you want to. For someone that's older. But me, I like just setting them up on the shelf, and I like the variety of the different types you get. But really, that's all the time you really got to spend with this kind of thing. It's not, after building some scale models that are pretty intense, it's nice to get to something that's just simple and easy and fun to do. And these definitely punch that ticket all the way. So there's, I think that lines up good, doesn't it? Looks good. Here we go. There's one little grapefruit orange grenade, I guess. I'm assuming that's what these are. I forget now. I watched the Iron-Blooded Orphans, but I can't really remember. I know it's a fairly long series, and it's dark. But generally, the universe for Gundam is pretty dark. If you're not familiar with the lore of Gundam, there's a lot there. A lot of it's kind of the early stuff is your adolescent sort of anime, but as it progresses, it definitely gets good. Whoa! And that's like a kid. As a kid, when I was growing up, we grew up with a show called Star Blazers, and I don't know if anybody's a fan of that kind of thing, but we just recently watched the remake of the original series. It's a little bit older now, but the 2199. And let me tell you, it was very entertaining. Some of the animation in it was spectacular. So I would recommend it if you're just looking for something to pass the time. And sort of, I watched it while I was building, so I just kind of had it on while I was putting stuff together. Okay, there we go. So it looks like we can get this section here. It looks like that's going to push where you go, right there. Is that what you're telling me? Do you go over top? Well, looks like you click in here like so. And then you are going to push in there like so. And like you can see, just beautiful. Really nice, easy construction. So we want to just make sure we got these guys facing the right way. So I guess he's going to go on there. All right, side skirt. And this side skirt's going to go on there. Okay, now we got our thrusters sort of underneath his butt plate. And then looks like this should pop right on. So let's put his leg on. There's his one leg. Easy peasy. There's his other leg. Easy peasy. And there's his torso. I should be able to pop him right in there. Ooh, there we go. Okay, cool. Well, he's actually a little bit more like, he stands up a little bit taller than I actually kind of pictured him, but it's a little bit more mobile than you would think. But there he is. In all of his glory. Okay, cool. So he's spacefaring, you know, option of that mobile suit that is the landman, I guess, Rodi. So I guess we can set him up. We do have some bases, so we can get him on a base so that he's sort of flying. But there's a look at him so far. Cool. All right. Well, oh, look at, see, we missed a nub. We'll get that little nub with our file. We could probably do it while he's on there. Let's see, can we get that while he's on there? I think we probably can. Nope, we'll pop it off. And you'll see if we just take that time to just sort of clean that off. I like to go both ways if I can. But you see, that just takes that right down. And unlike sanding, it's not, you know, really scuffing up the surface at all. It polishes almost back to what would be, you know, new. Look, there's another one. Let's see. But as soon as you get rid of them, then it really sort of tightens up the look of the mobile suit, I think. I find. Because, like I say, they can, you know, they can look a bit like a toy. But once you get a matte coat on them and some panel lining and stuff, boy, they really come come around. Okay, so there's the skirts open. You can see his little bombs underneath there. There he is. He's got a pretty good leg spread. Gets his legs out there pretty good. So you can get some pretty good dramatic poses with him, actually. You know, depending on how you position him. Okay, now that we have the main body put together, where are we headed next? Okay, here we come with all of our accoutrements. With our monkey claw arms. I guess we'll rig them right out with his big orange shields. That's these parts here. All right, so we'll rig them right out. And when we come back, we'll have our monkey claw. And we've got the other one here, so we can go with either one. I think I'm going to go with a full-out monkey claw. You got it, right? I do. So here we go, monkey claw. Now, actually, I thought while we are doing this part, assembling this, we might as well let this dry from panel lining. So we should do some panel lining, I think. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the dark gray. And we're going to go with the dark gray. And we'll get the panel lining in this, and we will let it dry, and it can set while we're putting this together. And then we should be able to clean it off. It should be dry by the time we're done. So let's get a little bit of this going on right in here. So I'm using the dark gray. Oh yeah, baby. See, it's just that nice. It's not black. And it's just going to bring out all those panel lines. All those little details. Here we go. Right there, I guess. Yes. Gotta love the panel liner. Look at that, eh? Beautiful. Just a little dab will do ya. Less is more too. Like you can always redab. So I found that when I was first starting with the panel liner, I was using way too much, and cleanup was becoming an issue. When you know, then you can see though I haven't even dipped again, so I'm still going right. You can always go back and hit a spot. But it's best to add than it is to, have to subtract. The less thinners you use, I think, on this kind of stuff, the better. You want to be gentle with the thinners, too. I did the ATST Bandai, and I was using enamels, and I used the thinners, and the ABS parts underneath just disintegrated. It was not good. I had to glue some parts, and yeah. Oh, Joe, look at that, just as I said. Let's not leave that there. I don't want all that there. Let's just get rid of that, shall we? Should have shook it out. It was loaded up way too much. Hey, there you go. You guys get it all. I don't hide it. I don't hide my mistakes. If I can make a mistake so you don't, right? My mission is complete. No, just, you know what I mean? But if I don't like to, it's all nice to edit and stuff, and I do edit stuff out. But I'll always tell you when I run into stuff, because I think it's important. It's easy to get disappointed or frustrated when you first start building anything. So my advice is just stick with it. Yeah, it's definitely starting to come to life now. Get a little dab on there. Oop. There we go. That. I think I'm going to do black on the gray. I think we can go with the gray on here. Yeah, that shows up good. Just a little bit subtler than the black, eh? But still giving you lots of contrast, so it's Definitely dark enough. Oops. Give you another tab. Make sure you're dark. There we go. Get these little guys. Get in here. Okay, you get the idea. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to work all the way around. And we'll let this dry while we complete the assembly of our monkey claw parts. Yeah, that's definitely adding that definitely next level of detail, huh? Cool. I love it. Monkey crab. Here he is. And he is crabbed right out. I got him on this little stand here. He doesn't come with a stand. I just had this little stand. And I thought I'd just plunk him on there to really give you the crab sort of thing. He looks like he could punch right into the side of any spaceship, right? It really wreaks some havoc. But he's a danger dude. Looks kind of dangerous there. So all we did was a panel lining. That's it. And we used orange marker for around the visor and on his little horn there, a little stripe. Other than the decals, the stickers that they give you right here. So we didn't really use those. We used the one for the eye. There's a sticker for his eye. And yeah, basically that's it. So we just got his claws together and he has his shield. So we haven't done the panel line on any of the orange stuff on his shield here. You can see that doesn't have the panel line on it yet. But he really snaps when you get the panel line on him. And he looks really cool. And yeah, he has the other melee weapons and a gun here with his other arms. We'll swap those out and you can see what the other look is. And there's his other look with his white shield and his gun and his, I don't know what this thing is, like some sort of chop hammer, melee weapon of some sort. But anyways, yep, that's the other look for him. So he's got his orange shoulders. And they do sort of pull out a bit, so you get a little bit more lateral movement, I noticed. But you got to be careful with these shoulders. They want to pop out pretty easy. But other than that, he's pretty expressive. You can get some pretty cool looking looks with his claws on his feet. And yeah, kind of mix him up a bit. So I really like him. I would recommend this kit for just for fun. It's pretty easy to find. He seems to be in stock, you know, at a lot of the places that I looked at. So you should be able to stumble across him pretty good. And he's not super expensive at all. He's pretty, you know, reasonably priced as far as these kits go. But yeah, what a riot, and really good time building them. So I'm going to finish the panel lining, and I actually have some custom decals that I'm going to do for this guy, and we'll probably just put the final up in a short. But I'll give you a little size comparison here with a couple other high grades so you can kind of see how big he is. So there he is standing up on his legs. And here he is standing next to the high grade Grimoire. And you can kind of see the Grimoire's a fair bit taller. He's not a bad size suit though. But there he is in comparison. It's side by the Grimoire. And here he is by high grade RX. There he is with a 7-Eleven. Cheap 7-Eleven. Do not get this kit. It's a cheap knockoff 7-Eleven. It's really brutal. Really goes together like not fun at all. But just for size, there he is compared to him. Beside him, and you can kind of see what size he is. But really cool looking suit. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, that is another high grade in, and we're going to team him up with our next build, which we'll be getting onto right away. And yeah, 2 thumbs up from the model student for the high grade monkey crab. Or I've been calling it the monkey claw. The monkey crab Rodi, which is a spin-off of the Landman Rodi from the Iron-Blooded Orphans, the IBO. So if you're looking for fun and want something really easy and really quick to put together, this one is a real hoot. And I think he ends up looking really cool. I think he looks super dope. And I can't wait to get some decals on him. And we'll post a little short. So that's it for me for this time. And I hope you're building something. And if you are, have fun doing it. And until next time, live, love, laugh. Plan something for the future, because that's when I'll see you. So cheers. Bye.